Hello and welcome back everyone to Prototype 2 on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, and in this episode we'll be continuing on the trail that Dr. Koenig is throwing us around on. Hey Dr. Koenig.
What's wrong, Doc? It's the Orion project. I've discovered the location of the proving
He answers the phone standing still, and then he starts walking with his phone.
If you move very quickly,
Well, it's a BlackBerry for one, and it's supposed to be around 2009, so this is partially how BlackBerry communication was handled.
You have to stay in motion.
You don't have to stay in motion, but you know, Heller is not really allowed to stay still in any one place for too long, or else he's going to get discovered by Blackwatch.
Listen, I'm in a weird place. I'm out of aliases. I got no money, and I think I'm being followed.
You know, just like a bunch of the Supernatural plot lines.
Just like Matt Damon from Ocean's 12.
destroyed in the Orion facility, but they still have one successful Phase 2 soldier at the proving grounds.
Not long.
So, you ready for a game of football, Mr. Cloud?
Yeah, I'm always ready for some football.
Well, good.
Oh, we're going to Stadium. We're going to the Superdome.
What operation they got going here?
Remember, your primary target is the Phase 2 Orion soldier. If you don't
We
take
need
out,
him
then
for the
you'll
linebacker
duplicate
position.
The soldier's DNA and continue his experiments.
Trust me, he'll be the first to go.
Well, no, he will not, because it's actually significantly better for us to take down a good portion of the bonus objectives whilst we're around. Yoink!
So already the enemies are getting tougher. We've already faced Phase 1 super soldiers, but how well can you take out a Phase 2 super soldier?
The Phase 2 super soldiers are exactly the same, for the record.
So why the difference in name?
They have a slightly different model, but you fight them the exact same way.
I see. Gotcha.
This is Rattler 1. We've spotted Heller. Heller? No. Don't let him near the test.
Yeah, or else the brawlers are going to throw pieces of concrete at us.
He's attacking the Phase 2.
Getting attacked by Heller here is even worse than getting attacked by a foreign nation at the border.
Effectively it is, to be perfectly honest, because Heller doesn't follow Geneva Conventions.
What, like, don't
Like
kill
Heller,
followers who's already
at this point of
surrendered?
the story, Heller would actually attack a Gentech hospital if such a thing existed.
If Dr. Burke isn't dead in 60 minutes, then I'll fucking eat every person in a hospital.
And most of the patients, too.
Don't shoot, Mungo.
Alright, so
You'll
here's
just
the
make
Phase
him
2
angry.
soldier. You'll notice that he is slightly larger than the Phase 1 soldiers, but yeah, you fight him exactly the same way. You counter his heavy melee attack, and then you throw him for some pretty significant damage.
So I see that he has, like, some kind of, he honestly reminds me of the Dojo Master from Paper Mario 1, whom you fight 3 times, and he gets more powerful each time you fight him, so you can get different degrees and diplomas of achievement. At the later level, he has Super Master Aura.
And slam!
And Suplex. If he gets any more video, he'll go viral on YouTube.
Eat the rocket launcher, dude. And his friend the rifleman.
Alright, now decorate the living room, children.
Yes,
Yes.
just slightly.
I kinda do.
He even said it too.
And so, by consuming the Phase 2 Super Soldier, we get access to...
What was in there?
Ah, so they poisoned him.
No, we're not poisoned, actually.
Jesus, He's still alive.
We got the Devastator. Ahem.
Okay. That's a lot of dudes.
There is a lot of dudes here. Let's kill them all, shall we?
Oh, so this is...
This is our screen
Jesus
nuke.
Christ.
What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
Warning. Infected biomass readings have spiked. Evacuation necessary.
So now we have taken so many souls of the damned, we have effectively become Lucifer.
With the exception of we're actually slightly nicer to our friends than Lucifer is. So.
The effects if you consume more biomass.
Consume biological targets to gain mass and lift your bar.
Yes, you'll notice that we have a secondary bar on our HUD now, and that is our mass bar. And once we consume enough biological targets, we get access to a charge of Devastator.
Huh.
And now all hell breaks loose at the stadium because we get Orion soldiers and brawlers to show up. Eating brawlers and Orion soldiers specifically will grant you more mass than the smaller biological targets.
Well, that makes sense. They are more massive.
Yes, they are.
You know,
what
you
the game
get more
wants you to
bang for
do
your buck.
right here, honestly, is gather all 4 of the mission targets together and unleash Devastator on them. But your Devastator doesn't actually do all that much damage to the heavier targets. It'll take down smaller armored vehicles and lighter biological targets with a single use, but of the heavier biological targets like brawlers and Orion soldiers will take some pretty significant damage, but they won't die from it.
Right, just like in RTS games where you have attacks that deal damage to only one target or deal damage to all other, opponents. That you usually want to save attacks like that for when there are lots of enemies on the board, not just 1 or 2 targets.
Yeah.
Unless it honestly was the best move because its base damage is greater than anything else you could have done during that turn.
Need to take down all these soldiers though, because those their pellet fire is really starting to irk my health bar.
This guy could use a little more spam in his life. Well, I mean, if you decorate the walls with them, how are you supposed to eat them with your pudding?
Like this.
Boom.
Dr. Burke, I need to be extracted.
This is Dr. Burke. I need to run for my life. Alright, now fly over the restricted area wall.
Alright, like... Come on, actually go into a glide. Like so.
Cool. I'm gonna take this hand, plant it in the ground, and see if a human grows.
My DNA. I'll take yours.
Close to a big breakthrough, are you, Doc?
More like a personal milestone.
Yes, like the day I die.
Heller taking the measure of his strength. Now I know exactly how to put him
Fuck you,
down.
Koenig.
Put him down. Dr. Koenig, what are you planning?
What are you planning? We still have a game here. This is the only character who's been able to play as.
It's none of your concern, Commander. Don't try to think above your pay grade.
Bribery.
Dollars.
Koenig, I'm gonna gut you like a fucking trout.
Lose your wanted level.
Like so.
Grand Theft Mutant.
Also, Heller can swim, but we as the players cannot swim. Just so everyone is aware of that.
It happens every once in a while.
More health.
Right, we got maxed out health.
Koenig, you set me
Not quite maxed out health, but
Up! What are you talking about? I've been trying to help you.
bullshit. You've been trying to get me killed. how I'm gonna return the
I shouldn't have called you to tell you that.
Please, if you'll just come back to the lab, I'm sure I can explain whatever misconceptions you might have. Sergeant! Sergeant!
Please
Sorry.
notice that it is raining now, because it wasn't raining a moment ago.
Right. Sorry, Doctor. I don't talk to my food before dinner.
And this is our primary use for Devastator on the world map. It allows us to immediately claim field ops.
I see. And then you could spend the next 5 minutes getting your biomass meter up by killing civilians because killing them doesn't even matter or count on a meter. You can do it as much as you want. See, look at that. There's got to be at least like half a bar on the sidewalk.
I don't actually go out of my way to go farm on civilians for most of Prototype 2. Like, there isn't really a good reason to do it is the thing. Because, yes, civilians will get you back health and mass. But, like, you can't use their models or their clothing in order to get around important areas. So it's pretty much always better to just focus on either the military or Blackwatch representatives if you need to get a mass back up, which you honestly don't ever need all that much mass. Like, at the end of the game, we can have up to 3 mass bars, but we won't honestly be using mass enough to make use of our 3rd mass bar all that often.
So, about how many civilians would it take to fill your mass meter?
I think it's 10, at least for the first mass meters, between 5 and 10.
Oh, geez, you can get multiple loads of the Devastator.
Sergeant Heller, why are you so cross? Have I done something to offend you?
Drop the act, you lying sack of shit. You think
You
can play me
lying
like this?
sack of shit.
Well, I think I already...
And in the next episode, we'll be doing the Dr. Koenig boss fight. Be safe, everybody. Helicopters away!
Dr. Robotnik.
Whoosh!